was intended to inform and educate the public.
Welcome back to the Junkyard News Channel. I'm your host, the Junkyard Dog, and today we have a story coming out of Ohio. And yes, this may get under your skin a little bit. I'd like you to meet Courtney Price and her son, Waylon. They had traveled all the way from Kentucky to stay with family in Elyria so the child could receive some medical care at University Hospital, the mother said. Price said she and her son were at her aunt's home visiting when officers knocked on the door and entered the residence about 2:12 p.m. in the afternoon. Elyria Police Special Response Team was executing a search warrant at a home, which was the correct address on the search warrant, police said. The officers had obtained a court-authorized search warrant as part of an ongoing criminal investigation, according to police. Picture this. You go visit family because your child that was born a little premature and has some issues needed medical care at an area hospital. So you go and you stay with your aunt and your family members so you can go to the hospital and get your son treatment. Now, according to her aunt, police had been to her residence in the past looking for a previous tenant of that residence. And she has explained to them over and over again that the person that they're looking for is an old tenant before she lived there, and that person no longer lives at that residence. The police have been on notice quite a few times that the person that they're looking for is not associated any longer with that residence. But I guess either the police don't believe her or they don't care. Now, a Ring camera from a neighbor's house captured the moment that a large police presence showed up to execute a search warrant on that residence for someone that doesn't live there. While they were there, gaining entry into the home, 2 flashbangs were deployed outside of the residence, police said. They are devices that produce sound and light that are noticeable in day or evening conditions and are intended to distract the suspect's attention. Diversionary devices do not produce continuous burn, and they do not deploy or contain any type of pepper gas or chemical agents, according to the police. Can you imagine seeing this coming onto your property and walking up to your front door? Elyria Police Special Response Team were executing a search warrant at this home, which was the correct address on the search warrant, police said. Ms. Price said the smoke covered Waylon inside the home, and as she could not attend to him in that moment, she said she told officers her son was born prematurely and has pre-existing medical conditions, and she kept yelling for my baby. She kept yelling, "My baby, my baby, my baby." Price said in an interview with Cleveland.com and the Plain Dealer Friday night, the officers were in the home searching the home. The baby was clearly laying there suffering, turning red, turning blue, and they all just walked by him. Nobody went to him to check on him. Elyria Police said detectives, paramedics, and the mother assessed the condition of the child eventually and confirmed that the child did not sustain any apparent visible injuries at that moment in time. Now, Price's aunt has been renting the home since February 2023. She said Elyria Police have come to the house multiple times before Wednesday, searching for the same suspect, who she said is a previous tenant of that residence. There's been 5 different occasions where detectives and CPS and officers have showed up to my house looking for this suspect. They've been told numerous times he does not live here. Now, Waylon is in the pediatric ICU at University Hospital, Price said Friday. She said he was diagnosed with chemical pneumonitis, has burns all over his body, and is struggling to breathe. Waylon was just covered in smoke. I had guns pointed at me. I'm extremely shaken up. He was in the house for about 39 minutes inhaling everything. Now, in its press release, police said any allegations of the toddler's exposure to chemical agents, negligence, or lack of medical attention were clearly false. Well, that may be, but how long did you wait? How long was the child suffering there? Oh, yeah, sure. He wasn't denied medical at the scene. But they don't mention how long until that medical aid arrived and was allowed to assess them. At that moment, the investigation that led to the affidavit to obtain a search warrant remains active and ongoing. According to the police, and as the investigation progresses, additional details will be released. Don't hold your breath. That's what I think. That's my opinion. We need time to spin a narrative. Somehow try to put the blame on somebody else. 2 diversionary devices, or flashbangs, were set off outside the home before officers reached the door. One could be heard saying, "Camera, camera, camera," before the officer shouts for someone to open the door while banging against it. "Police, search warrant, come to the door," the officer yells, also announcing there is a dog in the residence. Now, Rita Jennings did say Waylon is in stable condition, but is struggling to breathe at Rainbow Babies and Children's Hospital in Cleveland, and that the family is looking at its legal options against the department. You would think doing a little bit of due diligence would go a long way with these departments. And I will do my best to supply links if anybody decides or chooses to do so in this matter and in this case. I think that these people are lucky to be alive. I mean, just look at the amount of officers that showed up for this. 20 plus officers. Wow. All to send a baby to the hospital. Ridiculous. Thank you for watching. Please like, share, comment, all that good stuff. Once again, glad to be back. Thank you for watching this edition of the Junkyard News.